Yeah, and also don't trust me too much because googly the microphone. I thought this would make me look profesh, and I think I just look silly. It's almost Christmas, and I have a tiny mic now, and I'm going to share with you last minute Christmas DIY gifts. Now, these are just sort of things that you want to add on to maybe presents. You can't make them all in like a week and a bit, but you can make some. So here's my list of a few things, and I'm also going to link my Pinterest board because I thought that might also help with visually picturing exactly what you'd like. Okay, let's go. If you're new around here, don't worry, so am I. I'm Yvette and I'm an all-round crafty person. I really am into sewing and knitting at the moment, but I dabble in everything, including putting googly eyes in my microphone. Anyway, I am going to share my last minute crafty gifts that I think everyone should like, but I will break it down in little categories, you know, for the foodie in your life, the outdoorsy person in your life, kids, etc. So here we go. First up, I think is a good gift for anyone that lives in Australia. It's, you know, summer, everything like that, and that is a bucket hat. Wave and Wild does a really good free pattern for kids to adults. They're pretty quick to make. I've cut out a couple that aren't handy, and I'm making bucket hats for my whole family, so including myself. I want to make like a really long one because I have a bucket hat. Like makes me look like Jemima Puddleduck, which I'm not too mad about, but it's a bit odd. Anyway, bucket hat. Everyone's gonna like a bucket hat. I also thought a Sunny's case. You could sew your own Sunny's case, and everyone needs a Sunny's case. And I have like the Baggu Sunny's case, which is quilted. It's made out of nylon. It is fabulous. And I'm like, well, I could actually make this with scrap fabric or something like that, and everyone would like this. It's such a good gift, and yeah, quilted Sunny case. Okay, I thought for a couple of like last minute decorations, if you're thinking, oh, my house isn't decorated enough, I thought you can make your own Santa's hat, but instead of out of like that fuzzy fabric, why not out of linen? I've actually just like cut out a pattern also from Wave and Wild. I don't know why I have so much trouble saying that name, but they've got really good patterns, and it'll be really quick, really easy to make, and out of linen because it's so silly that like they sell those fuzzy, fluffy ones here in Australia when it's always just friggin' hot. Anyway, I also thought you could do like buntings or garlands and things like that. You can also make just placemats, or you could also make placemats for your foodie friend, or like so home decor friend. Or your like home person, like person that's really into like design and DIY. First, a little caveat: have a bit of an idea of what their design is. But I thought you could make a pot plant cover or a few, or you can make like those storage, or you can make like storage baskets as well. You could also like wrap like fabric in a frame and frame like a really good picture, maybe like a nice memory of you guys and stuff like that. You could also maybe paint, which is not sewing, but maybe you can paint a frame a really cool color, have it secondhand, and then do that really cool background. I don't know, it's pretty good. Or you could even like glue little bits and actually design your own frame. So too many ideas. I also thought like coasters. You can sew coasters, you can knit or crochet coasters. I guess if you're crocheting, it's a lot quicker, so you could do that in their favorite color palette. And then also a doorstop. I keep recommending the DIY Daisy doorstop, but it's really good, it's really cute, it's really quick, and it's a good scrap buster. For the foodie in your life, an apron. Apron's really quick. There's lots of free patterns online. Get apron. And you can use scraps if you want to patchwork something, or you have a bunch of patchwork stuff and you're like, what do I do with it? Into an apron. Or napkins. And if you know how to embroider, you can just like do little cute little things with it. We can even make it Christmassy and make like really simple stars. I don't know. you could also do, if you're like a knitter or crocheter, maybe like a dish towel. I think knitting maybe will be too long because it's like too close, but I don't know. I don't know. Whatever you do with your time. I thought also maybe like oven mitts or a pot holder. I'm currently remaking my oven mitts, and I was sort of reading a fair bit about it. So just make sure you use like cotton thread, and the inner layer is heat proof. Like don't get like a polyester, get something that's cotton, or get something that's designed for protecting you and the heat and stuff like that. So yeah, cotton, linens, don't use polyester fabric scraps or anything like that. But that would be really, really cute. And if you did it in their color palette, something that they love, or their house color palette, it would be pretty good. Or if you're unsure, just make a festive one and they can use it for that day, and then they can pull it out every year. Last but not least, with the foodie thing, I thought it's a little bit out there, a bit different. If someone's like a really good cook, especially if they like South American or Central American cuisines, a tortilla warmer, you can make a tortilla warmer. I am going to make one for myself because I make lots and lots and lots of South American food and Central American foods. I just love Mexican foods, and Peruvian food is just yum. I need a tortilla warmer. I didn't even realize I needed one. But when I was looking, I was like, actually, that would be really, really good for me. So that's something I'm going to make for myself. Or maybe I should get my husband to try and make it. No. For the outdoorsy person, I had my husband in mind. I thought, well, bucket hat, I suggested that before, but you can make like a sort of a wider brim one so it does protect you from the elements, and maybe a strap. A bum bag, you can make like a bum bag. You can make like a really simple one, or you can go really complicated depending on how much time you have and how used to you are to doing that. But a bum bag would be very, very appreciated by an outdoorsy person, and it's quick. I also thought you could, instead of a bum bag, you can make like a water bottle holder. I seen that Bagu, I love Bagu, so I keep mentioning Bagu, does a Nalgene water bottle holder, and you could easily sew that up yourself with your scrap fabrics, and that's pretty handy to use. And I haven't done that yet, and I actually need to do that because that would be awesome. Yeah, so there's the outdoorsy people. They don't need too much, just need a little bit. Okay, so for the reader in your life, this is kind of, obvious bookmarks or one of those book corners. You make them so beautiful. And if you know how to do embroidery as well, you can do that. You can do a bit of hand stitching. You can just use quilted scraps. You can make it really thin. You can make it really thick. There's so many different varieties you can do, and they will be really, 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 really quick to make, and they're cute. So or I guess I didn't really want to suggest a tote bag because that's kind of like an obvious DIY gift, but a book tote, that would be good. Like just this one particularly for their books, and you can put the bookmarks in it, and that's actually quite a sweet gift. I really like that gift. I'm not a reader, but perhaps if someone gave me bookmarks and book corners that they had made, maybe I'll become more of a reader. I don't know. The twin and teen. Okay, I thought you could do like a bag charm, or you can make components together, like getting the key kind of fob, special thread, some beads if you're into beading, and get them to make their own, so it's all customized. Or you can maybe make a headphone holder, like just like a little pouch for headphones. And I thought that would be good for teens or tweens, something little and cute and not too out there or whatever, because they can be fickle. Next up the kids, like little kids. I thought, well, you could do like shorts or a skirt, and that would be kind of cute. But I also thought you could make a mermaid tail, which I stole that from my friend Lindsay in Tassie. She made this gorgeous mermaid's tail for her daughter, and my daughter wore one, and they were just running around being mermaids, and I'm making that for my daughter currently. So mermaid tail or cape. You can make a cool cape, you can put their initials in it, and they can be like a superhero, and it's just good for like imaginative play. And I know my kids will like it. I've made my daughter a cape and she wears it, and I also made one for her toy cat, which is cute. And it's literally just like a rectangle string, and you can make it really intricate if you want, make it more like a poncho, or really, really simple. Last, but definitely not least, as for the crafter in your life or yourself, if you're watching this, I was thinking, like, what would I like if I was to receive gifts? That would be, like, I thought a handmade needle pouch. Like, that's something I need to actually make because I have sewing needles everywhere, but that would be really cute, really, really nice, and everything else. If you have a knitter in your life, a project bag, or if you aren't a sewer but you're like a beater or a different crafty person, this is what I've made. I've made some, what are they called, stitch markers, and they are just like, oh, I don't know if that's focused, it's not really focused. I made like a bunch of stitch markers, and I made them out of beads that I have and things like that. I'm just trying to focus on that. So just like little beads that I have, that's not really focusing that well. Just like, yeah, different ones that are a little interesting and different. I like knitting, and I like having many different types of stitch markers so I know my place and where I'm at. So I've just made a few for a few different people, and you can put maybe these in a project bag. And some of these little charms that I got the stitch marker bit from Amazon, but the actual charms I got some from op shops, some from bead shops, and that's mainly where I get all my stuff. I used to make necklaces and did some fundraising and made some necklaces back in June, and so I have a few left over. My only tip is just don't make it like too heavy, because that's just like weighing the project down. All of these are like really lightweight, even the bigger ones. These ones are really light, so I thought that would be a clever idea, and makes a nice sound too. Or you can maybe like buy a sewing pattern for someone, or you could like buy like maybe an accessory sewing pattern and maybe like cut out all the bits so they can assemble it themselves. So like if they're like a new sewer, it would kind of be like a fun little puzzle. So you'd have to cut very nicely. I would say accessory over an item of clothing, because you don't know their size exactly, and unless you do, then go for it. But I thought, like, yeah, that's a DIY kit. Or you can make like a beading DIY kit. You can make your own stitch markers, or make your own necklace, bracelet, earrings. So you can get a few little kits. There's bead shops everywhere, or sewing stores or craft stores. That's where you can find it. Like I said, bead shops I go to, and I also go to op shops, and there's heaps of stuff. You can even like repurpose an old necklace. If you see a necklace and you like the beads on it, just cut it up and get all the other stuff ready. And then I thought, well, you can do like a pencil case as well. Everyone needs a pencil case. I have like hundreds, and I still need hundreds more because it helps me with organizing stuff. Or a paintbrush holder if they're a painter. I thought that would be kind of handy, one of those roll-up ones. And that wouldn't take too long either. So that is my quick last-minute gifts for Christmas time. And I hope you haven't left it to the last minute like me. I'm not going to make all of them, but yeah, bucket hats is definitely a thing. Needle patch for myself. I am going to make a few bookmarks because I'm not a reader, but I am getting into reading. Mermaid towel for my daughter, and I'm going to make that tortilla warmer, but I won't need it till the new year. And yeah, that's my last minute gift idea. If you like this video, don't know why, but if you do, please like and subscribe. I have very few followers, which is good, but I'm getting like more, and every time I see like a new person following, it brings a little smile, a little bit of joy, and it's just lovely, and people on here are just really nice. So that's it. Okay, bye bye.